Hello, say something, Susan. Let's make sure we can hear you.
Hi, guys. Hi.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
I'm so excited to see you.
So loud. Why so loud?
Oh, mine's not loud.
Oh, my God. Get this dog off me. Astro heard me yelling. He said he protects.
Is it really loud?
Oh, my God.
Say something again, Susan.
Am I loud?
Not for me, you're not, but for him. Hold on. Let me fix this mic.
Sorry.
Whoa.
Do I need to turn my volume?
No, it's not you. It's him.
Okay.
Oh, I can't put it. You gotta
Here, try. See, let us speak in one. You could
say. Talk.
I have a big mouth, so maybe it's
that's
me.
loud. Yeah, yours is loud.
I mean, you've got to go to the Met. You must do Butterfly or Carmen. You've got to do it.
Yeah.
You have a very
stage
beautiful, clear voice, but it's our equipment. I told you we have antique equipment. Let me hear it now.
Is this better?
That's better. That's better.
All right.
Oh,
I don't know what those ears may like disturb the wax or whatever, right?
I wish. Maybe you'll unplug me and I won't be dizzy. Wouldn't that be great? So do a high pitched sound like a woo.
Oh,
there you go. I'm not dizzy, but I'm deaf now. Anyway, you're a pretty one.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much.
Isn't she a pretty one?
No, she's gorgeous. So first, let me introduce her to everybody. All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the incredibly talented and gorgeous actress, producer, writer, director, Susan Gallagher. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hi, guys. So nice to be here, guys. I've been looking forward to it.
We're totally looking forward to it, too.
And you really are beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Seriously.
Nothing wrong with your eyes. You got that 20/20 pilot vision now, right?
Yeah.
Well, not right now. My vision's a little blurry, but I still see you clearly on the TV. I mean, you only look about 17, but that's good.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
You know, the blurry vision helps.
Yeah, and you never lie, right, Ron?
Actually, he doesn't. You don't know him. He doesn't lie.
No. If you look like an old bag, I would never tell you look young. No, but that's like getting Faye Dunaway and saying she's still beautiful. That's a July. You know, Faye Dunaway's a mess, and she's old looking, and she had all that crap put in her face. She looks like a horror movie, and I don't care for Faye Dunaway.
Really?
Not too many people in our business do. Nobody.
But one thing that's really good
is she and Raquel Welch, they should be lovers and go move to the moon.
Raquel Welch doesn't like
both of them should go to the moon.
She's told us she would never come on our show.
No, that's not the reason. I have been in the company of Miss Welch, and she was loaded one night, and she attacked a friend of mine, and she was dragging him into her limo. I mean, she's a little bit of a whack job.
So let me tell you something, though. When we tell you that we think you're gorgeous, it's a true compliment. Because first of all, we're married and we're gay.
And first of all, who's bullshitting? If she was a dog,
we wouldn't have said anything.
Of course. What, you think everybody on our show is beautiful?
No, but today's guests both are.
I mean, we've had a couple of dogs on our show, but they're lovely people. No,
but they're lovely people.
They were lovely, and I brought out their beauty, the beauty from within, because of their personalities. You know, I have found that the more beautiful, the less warm the female is. The uglier the woman is, the female is, the warmer she is, because she needs to captivate her people. So she puts out her personality better. Now go back to Faye Dunaway. Faye Dunaway, Betty Davis and Betty Davis loved me in her old age because we would talk about Faye Dunaway. Betty Davis hated Faye Dunaway. If she could have thrown her under a train, a subway, she would have. But I always bring up Faye Dunaway. A friend of mine was in a movie with her called Mommy Dearest. And he was on the set. He played the son, by the way.
She probably knows, actually. Do you know Xander Berkeley? You probably do.
You know him?
You know everybody. You've been in so many cool things. He's a good friend of ours.
Do you know?
Yeah, no, I don't know him personally, but I know who you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a sweetie pie of a person. And first day on the set, he said, "Hello, good morning, Faye." She turned around evil and she said, "I am Miss Dunaway. You will never call me Faye. You will call me Miss Dunaway. Now go away."
He told us this on the air too, so it's public.
Yeah, so it's public. And I have heard so many. Betty Davis really wanted to beat the shit out of her when they were making a movie. Betty said she was the most difficult person in the world to work with.
Wow.
Anyway.
Now, when she was young and beautiful, she was a snobby bitch. Now that she's an ugly old lady, I understand she's getting a little nicer.
There you go. Okay, so let's go. Let's switch
Now
the
let's talk about
conversation.
you. Enough about Faye Dunaway.
So first
But
of
wait
all,
a minute. When you're as famous as Faye Dunaway, I'm going to talk about you. So be careful of what you say to us.
All right.
Especially,
first of all-
wait, when you win an Academy Award, I'm going to say, oh, she slept with a lot
she's
of
gonna
people
totally.
to get that award.
She's totally gonna win one.
No,
She
she
is so
slept
freaking
around to get that award. That's for sure.
good. Okay, so first of all, we have a chat room full of people. We have about
She's
10
cute. I really
10
like her.
countries represented or whatever. So please just say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hi, everybody. I wish I could see the questions. I'm just trusting that that they're gonna see them on their end.
We always include, because we that's one reason why our show is pretty popular, is that we include our chat room. Everybody says hi, and everybody loves it, and
Thank you,
so
thank you.
Now tell me something about yourself, but don't bore me. Don't go on and on. Just tell me who you are, what you do, and how wonderful you are.
Well, I think Jimmy was kind of doing a little bit of an intro. Were you happy with you finished the intro?
No, it's a boring intro. Boring. That's an intro to everybody. Wonderful, terrific, gorgeous. I want to know, you're sexy, you got a boyfriend, you got a girlfriend, who you're married to, are you not married? Are you a tramp? Do you run around? Are you a good girl? Are you a Catholic? Are you a Christian girl that goes to church? Or a Jewish girl that goes to synagogue? Or I want to know, do you do drugs?
First of all, you guys, if you want,
do you drink, do drugs? And
hang on. First of all, if you guys want to know a lot of these things, she's going to tell us some of them. But you can follow her on Instagram.
I could tell you about her
on Instagram. She is I am Susan Gallagher, SusanGallagher. And on Twitter, she's Susan L. Gallagher. So it's SusanLGallagher.
She is a nice,
and she's in Florida, I think.
She's a nice girl raised by an Irish family with Irish values. And she's sweet and good. And she is a Catholic and she goes to church. I'm wrong. How wrong am I?
That's a lot to live up to.
Wait,
correct me.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then I want to find out about Florida, and then we're going to talk about some of these things.
No, I want to know all about her because she's pretty, and everybody out there wants. Are you available for a guy? Because we have a lot of guys that watch the show. Don't laugh. Adrienne Barbeau said fine. When Adrienne was on, I said, there's a guy out there that wants to date you. She said, okay.
So
I'm married. I have 2 children, Caroline and Bo, and I don't have any grandchildren yet. And I have a rescue dog and a rescue cat, so I like that.
Good.
We have 3 rescue dogs.
Yeah. I live in Central Florida, right between Tampa and Orlando during the winter. But my husband semi-retired a few years ago, so we built a house up above Asheville, North Carolina. But
wait, stop.
Okay.
Are you an old bag or what?
Yeah, I'm an old bag.
You look like a girl. You look like a girl.
I'm not a girl. I've got great lighting. You want to see it? I got this.
Wait a minute.
No,
Wait, your husband.
Right?
Hang on. Your husband retired.
Semi-retired.
So he's got to be 40 or 50.
40 he's got health issues. He's got a lot more health issues than you, Ron. So he needed to do that. And then I'm in Atlanta a lot, but I used to be in New York City during the spring, but because of COVID, I haven't been there. But I've lived all over, I've lived in LA and studied there, and lived in New York, lived in New Orleans, and really love the Atlanta market in the Southeast. And
so I have questions about that. So first, let's go to Florida, because I'm from Florida. I met Ron in Florida. He's not from Florida. I grew up in South Florida,
I'm from Brooklyn,
and
New
lived
York.
there my whole life. And then I went to high school in Jacksonville and college in Gainesville. And I saw a picture on your Instagram that said Vero Beach, which I have a ton of friends, fraternity brothers. Ton of fraternity brother friends of mine are from Vero Beach, and so like I like Florida, but you said you go to Atlanta. I know Cobra Kai is in Atlanta, right? So you go to Atlanta a lot, and I'm getting ready. Ron and I are getting ready to do like 3 or 4 films in Atlanta.
That's fantastic.
So tell us a little bit about how it is working like in Atlanta, because like that is like the new hot place to be. That's where everybody's going. It's got great tax incentives.
Nashville is also hot.
But tell us, like, how is it working in Atlanta compared to like when you were in LA? And I saw a lot of the TV shows you have been in. A lot of them were in Florida, actually, and some of them are in Tennessee.
Right.
Buff City Law. So how is it in Atlanta, like filming there?
I love Atlanta. My maternal grandfather's family was from Atlanta. I grew up right outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. So Atlanta's like home for me. And I used to live there in my 20s and partied way too much, but had a blast. And it's like going home. And, you know, there's that element of the South and the friendliness and the warmth, and everybody's just happy to be there. Everybody's so happy to be working again because of the freaking COVID. And it's just a blessing to be back. And that's the way I feel about it. And everybody that I've talked to, because, you know, you have to go through a whole series of COVID testing before you can actually get on set. So you're just, you know, you try to be as careful as you can and be as mindful as possible and stay healthy so you can actually work. But you're holding your breath the whole time until you get that negative result in the email or whatever. So
I understand that kissing now is not, they're not doing kissing. If it's in the script, the kiss is out. So, you know, like, that doesn't make a film work.
No, it does. But I mean, you know, if people are being tested, I mean, I don't know how I feel about that, but and this time of year is perfect in Atlanta. You know, now come August, it's not so pretty, but it's spring. So everybody is outside and we enjoyed Piedmont Park, and it's a lovely time to be in Georgia. Or Tennessee. Nashville is great too this time.
You also said Asheville, though, didn't you say Asheville?
Yeah,
Isn't that where the Biltmore House is?
It is.
I love it. I love Asheville. It's beautiful there.
We're doing a film also in Nashville, and Nashville is beautiful. Everybody's evacuating LA. You've heard.
Might be Memphis.
Yeah, I know.
You've heard that everybody's leaving this town.
I have heard that.
There's not going to be any actors or filmmakers in this town soon. And they're all going to Nashville and to Atlanta. And
well, you know what's funny, Ron, is I've had so many friends of mine or acquaintances that I've worked with over the years that have been in LA forever contact me trying to get a referral to my Atlanta agency. And my Atlanta agency is, they like shut the doors. They can't take any more people. They're not even seeing more people because, you know, everybody is flooding to the South and the Southeast.
Well, now the rumor is back that Steven Spielberg is going to build this tremendous studio either in Nashville or in Atlanta. Look, what's his name? Who I love. What's it? Who does the Mother in Drag?
Tyler Perry.
Perry.
Yeah. I love and adore him. I think
I want to work. I've worked with him.
I want to work with. You have?
I have, and you know what? I think he's great. He is a genius multitasker.
I wish I could work with
that
him.
Man,
because you were on the Have and the Have-Nots. You were on the Have and the Have-Nots.
Yes, and I actually booked a nice guest starring role on a television show of his that was supposed to shoot right when COVID started. And my role was not an important role. It was like the wife, somebody who was important in the scene. I don't want to give any details away. But anyway, I knew that he could easily, and I was keeping up with him and what he was doing in his studios. And I knew he was going to more of a skeleton cast and crew. And that because he's got his own facility, everything can be all inclusive, you know, so he can have control over people coming and going. And I knew that he could, you know, write my part out. And he did. Hopefully he will remember me for something bigger that cannot be so easily written out. But I just think he's great. He's
built.
Actually, we've had
he's built and I have not seen his studio, but I understand it is absolutely top of the line. You know, everything is gorgeous.
Fantastic.
So now
another thing, Ron, listen, you know, he has his own cafeteria and, you know, chef and all of that, where he feeds all of the cast and crew. He feeds the background talent, the extras, the same beautiful meal as he feeds us. And nobody does that. I mean, usually the background, the extras, they get cold pizza or, you know, a little sandwich or something. No, they go through the whole kitchen with, you know, grilled salmon or baked chicken. And I just thought that said a lot for Tyler Perry.
Absolutely. I heard he's really nice.
If I'm on a set and when they bring the roach coach in, is what I call it, and you see all that junk, it's all sugar candy, all
Yeah.
garbage, Mexican beans and shit. I mean, food that really make your sugar level go up to 3 million.
Right.
Unhealthy crap they feed us. I tell the producer, I say, I don't eat this shit. Is there a decent restaurant around that we can order from for me? Well, because I don't eat it. I don't eat that. I eat very
Well,
healthy.
most of them, I mean, I'm usually fed pretty well. I don't know where you've been, but
Oh, well, you know what? Listen, the movies I'm on, they're like $1.98 films. You know what I mean?
those are the films that I produce.
Well,
But I still
$5 is a lot of money for the.
Ron.
No, they're on $5 budgets.
Actually, though, hang on. The have and the have not. So we had Renee Lawless. We went to an event and sat at a dinner table and ate dinner with her. She's one of the stars of that with John Schneider. They've both been on our show. We have another friend, Robert. Oh, he's a great guy. And then we have another friend, Robert Craighead, and he's in like all of Tyler Perry's like shows.
I love him. I love Robert Craighead is one of my sweetest, dearest, loveliest person.
So hold on, I want to brag for you a little bit.
Do you know who he is, Robert Craighead?
No, I don't, but I want to meet him.
He's a very
he's there now, actually,
famous actor.
He's shooting something now because I saw him.
He works all the time. You will see him in I don't know how they even hire him so much. He's going to be played out.
Everything. He's in everything that Tyler Perry does. He always plays a sheriff. He's always a sheriff in everything.
And he's the greatest guy. Oh, if ever you met
Robert
him,
Craighead,
Robert, you'll love him if ever you met him.
So hold on, let me brag a little.
And you know what? He's a very giving actor. So if you work with Craighead, he helps you.
I will remember that name.
Yeah, Robert Craighead, good dude.
Okay,
good guy.
so you guys, before I started following,
and he's always in Atlanta.
Before I started following Susan on Instagram and Twitter, which I have to admit, I followed her because she's Homeless Lynn in Cobra Kai. She's like, I actually think you're one of the best characters in the whole thing because you're so freaking hilarious every time you come on. You know, you steal the scene every single time.
She's in Cobra Kai?
Yes.
I don't watch that show.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you very much.
I think that you have done such an excellent job in that. We had Ron Thomas on recently. We've actually
that's my preacher boy.
Yeah, preacher boy, and we've actually interviewed like Ralph. I mean, he's interviewed Ralph Macchio, and we met Martin Kove at a red carpet event last year.
And now you're going to be working with my very best friend Sean Kanan.
Well, we don't know that for a
fact.
Yeah,
Sean's going to be in there, or I'm going to blow up their studio. Sean Kanan has got to be.
That Sean
was
in the new season.
He has to be in there. We're pushing for it because Sean was in the first one.
No, the third one.
Third one, whatever. And he has to be in the next one, and he has to work with you. Now, you want to talk about another dream, another doll? Sean Kanan is the nicest human being you'll ever want to meet.
I'm gonna message him because we follow each other. I have not met him personally.
Oh my God!
Wait,
I'm gonna message him and tell him that you said that.
We talked to him. I just talked to him twice this morning.
First of all, he's gorgeous looking with a beautiful physique. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
He's got a beautiful wife who I love, and my dear
Michelle.
friend, and she's Italian. And if you flirt with him, she'll break your legs.
That's good to know. Thanks for that.
She's a tough broad. She's very protective. Sean Kanan, when Sean and Michelle come to our house, they don't play movie star. They go in the kitchen and they cook with me. Sean makes the salad and she helps me with stuff. They're down to earth, regular Joes, and you could write that to Sean.
Oh, actually, I'm going to do a little plug for him while you have Mom. So you guys, in 2 weeks, Way of the Cobra is coming out. It's Sean Kanan's new book. It's coming out, I think, on April 16th. And you can go to wayofthecobra.com and get it. But he's a really good friend of ours, and you would love him.
Oh, he's sweet.
And I don't know if you know, because he was like he was Mike Barnes in Karate Kid 3.
I know that. There's been
and he's very cool.
Homeless Land and Mike Barnes. I mean, there's been.
Well,
I love it. Yeah, because maybe he's going to be your son or something. I know you can't say anything, even if you knew.
Sean can't.
He can't be a son.
Sean can't be your son. You could be your lover, but not your son. No, Sean Kanan is about.
I actually read something though.
Sean's
about.
That.
I don't know how they came up with that.
Sean's
you look older though as Homeless Land as you do in real life.
Sean is almost 40.
That meth and burrito, that'll do it to you.
Sean is 50. He can't play your son. That's impossible. Now you made me forget what I was going to say.
Okay, I want to go back anyway.
And it was an important.
Let's go back.
Point.
So everybody needs to watch. Cobra
wait a
Kai.
minute. Also, Sean Kanan's wife wrote all of the script for Studio City, which is a hit TV show.
I did not know that.
And yes, and Tristan Rogers, other soap freak, he won the Emmy
for best supporting actor.
For best supporting actor. So
for Studio City, they have. Yeah, you need to get to know him because
you got to get on the ball, sister, because you know this is what's happening.
Because they've got a show. It's on Amazon Prime called Studio City.
You know, there's work out there. There's work out there. You got to hustle.
I'm trying, Ron.
No, you were so good.
We just gave you 3 leads. Contact them. Tell them.
I'll introduce you to him.
Tell them
thank you. That's what I need, guys. That's what I need.
Well,
actually, I mean, he and I, you know, we've messaged each other before, so we do follow each other, but we've never formally.
I know you will love him, like
you and Sean. Yeah,
I think we'd get along really well.
So let me finish bragging. So first of all, everybody needs to watch Cobra Kai, and you definitely have to watch Susan as Homeless Lynn because she is so fabulous. Scene stealer. Like if they gave like I know since you're not on every episode character, but if they gave like a guest appearance, you know, Emmy or Academy Award, you should totally get it because you are so good. That like lunchroom scene thing, like the food thing that you did at the food thing, like it was so hilarious. I was like almost peeing myself. So it was fabulous. Are you okay? And then you guys, so you've seen her on all kinds of TV shows, you guys. Bluff City Law, which I can't believe they didn't like renew for a second season. Yeah. Step Up, High Water, The Have and Have Nots, House, The In-Betweeners, NCIS, New Orleans Star. I love that. Bloodline. I love that. Some of the cool movies that she's been in. First of all, she got another TV series where she's like, I think she's like the main character, Queering. You're like one of the main characters because you're #1 on IMDb and you're in more episodes than anybody else. And listen to this one.
Should I be offended by the title Queering?
Just when Harper is ready to live the best phase of her lesbian life, the tables turn when her mother unexpectedly comes out as queer. Is that you? Are you the mother?
That's me.
I love it.
Well, I'm not queer. She's bisexual. Val is bisexual. She's trying to figure it out, guys.
You know what? We have to correct people on that because we are gay. We are not queer. We are not different than you are. We are the same as you. So
that's just the name of the show.
I know that, but I don't like the word queer because queer. I mean, how would it be?
It's queering.
Yeah, but I know. But how would it sound if I did blacking or Asiering? Mexican.
It's on YouTube. It's Queering web series on YouTube, and we've done 2 seasons, and we were supposed to start filming Queering the movie last spring in 2020. COVID hit. We shoot it in Brooklyn, Ron, but it's a beautifully written web series.
I'm sure it is, but you're teaching.
It's hilarious, and it touches on a sensitive subject, but it does.
I am sure.
It's fall in love with these characters, and I'm really proud to be a part of it.
Good. I'm glad. It's all wonderful for you. But young people hear queer and they like to call us queer. And then I have to punch them in the face and the police come and I get arrested for assaulting a little son of a bitch that just called me a queer. So you see, all of your wonderful shtick that you just gave me causes me grief. The word queer,
really enjoyed it. Gay and straight people have really enjoyed it, and it's queering.
I'm sure. But you know what? Now that I have brought it to the attention of gay people, you're going to hear from gay people saying Ron's right. The word queer is very, very not nice.
But it's not queer. It's queering.
Queering. Come on. Queering. It's about 2 lesbians. That's nice.
No, it's not.
What's it about? It's about a priest? What's it about?
I just read you the synopsis.
Is it about
a lady coming
President
out.
Trump? I mean, what's it about?
I think that if you were to watch it, you would probably have a different opinion because it's really
I would love the show.
And the creator and the writer is a lesbian, and most of the cast is, and it's a heartfelt show with comedy and drama, and it's real. There's a rawness to it, and there's nothing pretentious about it.
Listen, I'm not saying anything about the show. I'm talking about the word, the title.
Well, I'm telling you about the word too.
Well, the title. Wait, hang on.
The title is her show, so I'm going with it.
The title is insensitive. Okay,
it says,
there you go.
Wait, I looked it up.
Okay, well, I'll let her know.
Queering refers to the act of taking something and looking at it through a lens that makes it strange or different.
That's right.
Bad. So that's
not me. I'm as normal as she or anybody else. Now let me bring up a story.
Well, I'm not, and I'm struggling.
No. let me bring up a
Come on,
story.
guys.
Wait, hang on. Taya Gill, if you know who Taya Gill is a dear old friend of mine for a long time. Taya Gill. She played a lesbian in the Canadian TV series Queer as Folk. And I said to her years ago, what does that mean, queer as folk? I don't get it. And she said she didn't care for it either, but that's the title that they wanted to do because it would bring more people in. If they would have said gay as folk, it probably wouldn't have been as provocative. But the word queer sort of invites people's imaginations to come in and see something odd, something different, something strange. Now, just to quote Shakespeare, do I not bleed? Do I not remember that bullshit? But anyway,
actually, the chat room says they like love this banter going back and forth.
Of course they do, because
they think it's fun. It has nothing to do with you. You're just in a character.
Listen,
wait, Ron, I'm jumping in here. Queer as folk. All right, maybe I'll give you a little something there, but queering, no, you've not.
Well, I just don't like the word.
Maybe. Somewhat.
I wonder how African Americans would feel if the show was called Blacking.
No, I don't want to go into that.
Blacking. You know what I mean? Or Schwarzer.
All right. So let's go back. Anyway, you guys, go on YouTube. Go on YouTube and watch Queering, you guys, because I think it's probably going to be pretty good, and it's got a great cast and it looks very interesting. And I think you want to see Susan's work because she's a phenomenal actress.
And her show, I'm sure, is terrific.
She was also in Walk Away Joan with Jeffrey Dean Morgan and David Strathairn. I mean, these are like really awesome people that you're in movies with. But the one I think that I'm thought was the coolest. And you've been actually acting for like a long time. So like I became aware of you, and a lot of people became aware of you because of Cobra Kai. But you've actually, it wasn't like you just like showed up on the scene and then you become this like great actress. You've been doing this a long time. So you have Billionaire Boys Club that has like one of the biggest like casts of like any movie. I mean, you have Ansel Elgort, Kevin Spacey, Taron Egerton, Bokeem Woodbine, Rosanna Arquette, Carrie Elwes from Saw, which is like one of my favorites, Emma Roberts, Judd Nelson, Jimmy Buffett. I mean, like that to me, so was that fun getting to be a part of that? I mean, that's like an A-list. Everybody in the cast is like A list.
So much fun. So much fun.
I like freaking like love it because and Billionaire Boys Club is a clothing line, from Pharrell. I think Pharrell used to have the clothing line Billionaire Boys Club, and so it's like a really like big. It has like all kinds of indications from it, and it was a successful movie. So everybody should actually check that one out too. Everybody's saying how gracious and gorgeous you are too in the chat room.
Oh, thank you so much, you guys. I thought you were going to say Holly Hunter.
Oh, I missed her on there. She was in it too. I missed her.
No,
I didn't even.
No, when you said your favorite group that I've worked with, I thought you were going to say Holly Hunter for some reason. I thought you might.
Okay, so tell everybody, what were you within Holly Hunter?
Strange Weather.
There you go. Okay.
Female writer, female director, and I think a female cinematographer on that shoot.
Oh, I love it.
I like Holly.
I that in Mississippi. Jackson, Mississippi, I believe. So
basically, you've built a whole career, though, not having to live. I think it's important for people to hear now that the world is changing so much that you've built, quite an extensive career, and you produce your own movies and everything. And you are not in Los Angeles. You're not in California. You're nowhere near us.
Hollywood's done. Don't you get it?
You have to, when you're starting out, you have to save up enough money or have a side job or whatever to be able to work as a local hire. That's what we do in the Southeast. So, until you get to a certain level, they're not going to fly you in. I'm just now getting like mileage and per diem and all those kinds of things. So, like, for example, the Strange Weather, where I was able to work with the fabulous Holly Hunter. I paid for my own flight into Mississippi, and I think they paid for my room, but I paid for my own airfare, guys. So it's a sacrifice that I was willing to make to be able to work with somebody like that, because to me, it is not about so much about the money as it is the work. And I'm like, I had an acting teacher that always says, if you focus on the work, then the money will come, later when it's supposed to or whatever. And fortunately, my husband has been very, very supportive. But I just want the audience to know that you know, you do have to sacrifice a lot, and you have to be in a position financially where you can afford and expect to be having to work as a local hire.
Well, now I read somewhere, I forgot where, that they're going to green screen actors and stream them. Like, see, you right now, you have your lines, and the lines are going to be, oh my God, my house is on fire. And behind you is going to be the green screen of a house on fire that we're going to use when they shoot me. I'm the fireman. Here I come. And that's how they're going to do movies eventually. It's going to be like a soap opera on your computer, but
Right.
nobody's in the same room. And they learned that because of COVID.
Well, let me ask you guys this. Ron, you may know, a buddy of mine was telling me that now there's this website that you can go to, and it's like a virtual audition rather than me having to go to like a taping studio.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't know about that, guys. I've been waiting for that because sometimes I'm in very rural areas and I'm calling the theater departments of local, you know, little towns, trying to find an actor or somebody who can read opposite me and put me on tape.
I'm actually surprised though they haven't done that like a lot longer.
There are many sites. There are many audition sites. The only thing I think wrong with that is the eye contact. You don't have the eye contact.
No, you don't.
With the person you're auditioning for. So you tend to be more self-engaging, so more like worried about yourself rather than the person. Because you could see his face. If you stink, you could see him frown. Or if he's happy, his eyes.
Well, let me ask you that, Ron. Why can't we do? I mean, why can't they come up with something like this in a Zoom, or like where you're reading opposite me and we're taping it? That's not out there yet.
Well, it's coming.
I think people doing it. I think people are doing it because I see like I'm a publicist is how I support myself, and so I'm a publicist, and I see all the time people. You know, because one of my clients is this thing called Fan Room Live, and it's where like celebrities go and people pay to go into a Zoom with them and get to talk to them and ask them questions and stuff. But now I see that they're doing like table reads where you can watch the stars practicing, you know, the table read, and people pay to come in and see it.
And because of
so it's all going to come around that way.
And because
I want the audition to come around that way.
Well,
a lot of gas money, a lot of time, a lot of travel.
Yes.
The stress right now is on diversity. So what they want to do is have, say, like a famous Japanese actor who's famous in Japan. They don't want to fly him here and put him up. It's a big expense, but they will tell him to go on equipment, green screen him, and bring him to Hollywood via that. So they can get Italian actors, French actors, and now we can open our way up to all. Like, you know, getting Sophia Loren in Italy, we'll just give an example, or Claudia Cardinale in Italy. It'd be wonderful to make our TV richer, our stories
I don't think it's going to look good, though.
Oh, I think it'll look wonderful. Because,
I mean, I guess they'll learn how to do it to make it look
good.
Green
Green screen is all that, Jimmy, you know CGI. Green screen replaced rear projection, and green screen is wonderful. I mean, you have no idea all those movies you love where Batman's swinging,
I
and
love all that
all green screen and it's all CGI. Today, I mean, listen,
even on the green screen, they're all in the scene together, like on the Avengers.
No, they're not. They shoot different days. They shoot totally different days. You think they're all together. Haven't you ever seen Cher did this years ago, Sonny and Cher show, where Cher was 5 different people when she did the Indian song, you know, whatever. And they've
something and thieves.
Right. They've learned from that. And now you can have 5 people in a scene and not one of them are on that set. We did that with Judith Chapman when we filmed that little thing for Judith. None of us were in the scene, but now we are.
You haven't had to do that yet, though, have you? Right? You're not doing that yet. Everything you're actually like there to go get your COVID test, and you're there.
Oh, but she will be because she's a working actress. So this is going to come her way, and then you'll remember me when you.
So let's talk about Cobra Kai for a minute. Then, did you have to audition, or how did you get the audition, or how did you become Homeless Lynn?
I actually saw that breakdown on ActorsAccess.com.
Oh my gosh.
Which is a regional self-submission site. And because I'm very proactive, and it's like Ron was saying earlier, you got to hustle to work, and I am a hustler. So I'm always looking on backstage.com or Actors Access. I saw this role, and I've been really focusing on busting out of the box that my agents in Hollywood had put me in, of the pretty lady or the you know, the senator's wife or whatever, and do more character type roles. So I've done a lot of indie stuff and short films where I play crazy lady or the drug addict, or I played a woman with Alzheimer's, just really trying to stretch myself and play those character type roles. So when I saw homeless Lynn, really her name is Lynn, but she's the homeless woman, I thought, oh my gosh, that would be so awesome to be able to, you know, slip into the skin of a character like that. And I had this, this buddy of mine had taken this terrible headshot of me where, I mean, I've got like dark circles under my eyes, no makeup. And you know, I look like I've been working third shift at the Waffle House, you know, and not had a day off in a month. Right. So I submitted it and, got an audition. I thought, oh, okay. Because I immediately looked to see who the casting director was in Atlanta. He didn't know me. I didn't know him. So I thought, ooh, maybe I got a shot. Right? So I was in Asheville at the time. So I went to the studio and I put myself on tape, and I went all out. I wore my husband's big oversized beat up sweats and, you know, a beat up sweatshirt, and I like back brushed my hair like I had dreads. And I mean, I did green and black under my eyes and whited out my lips. I looked like a straight up drug addict, which was what I was kind of going for. And I just had a blast. And I did 2 different takes because I like to give different options. And one of them, I think I had this dumb beanie on my head or something. So anyway, I just had a blast with it and I let it go. I did put my Atlanta agent, but I didn't even tell them because they know I self-submit all the time, and they know I'm very independent. They go with it because it was such a long shot. I didn't even mention it to them. And then they call me a couple of weeks later and they're like, they thought they had screwed up. They said, Susan, you have a callback for a homeless woman? I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, I forgot to tell you. So anyway, I was like, oh man, I got to meet these guys. So I had researched the big 3, John Hurwitz, Josh Hield, and Hayden Schlossberg. And so I knew all about them, and I knew Billy Zabka and Ralph Macchio and Marty Cove were all signed on. I thought, man, this could be huge. Karate Kid, right? So I knew I was going to have to go with full character. So I walked in the room. I'm changing out in the car in the parking lot and telling the security guard, hey, see me now? Let me back in this car. And he's like, oh, you look great. So I went in and I just had a blast, and I just left it all on the floor, and I got the role.
Oh my God.
So there's nothing better. There's nothing better than playing a character. I knew Betty Davis in her older years, and we used to chat a lot about old Hollywood. And I said, you were the first one to take makeup off, shave your head, and look grotesque sometimes. She said, Ron, those were the parts I loved playing. She said, like playing the housewife was never her thing. You know, she wanted the meaty roles, the roles that you could get into. And she did Apple Annie. And in Apple Annie, she was a street person, a homeless person. So she did it way before anybody did in Hollywood. And that's where you're going. And I think that's good for you. You should do character. It brings out your talent.
Actually, first of all, I want to say I don't know anybody who ever booked anything on Actors Access. So number one, congratulations with that. And number two, I mean, when you did that, you didn't even know that it was going to be the biggest show on the biggest show in the whole world.
Right. No way. I mean, you hope, but I mean, you know, I've been in this business so long, I don't ever get too excited. Just stay right here in reality.
So that must have been a big thing.
She brought up a point. How many years you in the business?
You know, over 30. I mean, I wasn't a child actor, but I mean, I've been doing it.
So you do not look anything like your years. What's your secret? What have you got in your face?
You want to see it? It's this thing right here. If I cut this thing
off. That makes you look soft. But do you have fillers? Do you have facelift? Tell
no, I
us
don't
about
have any fillers. I mean, you know, I've done a little something here and there. I try to stay on top of it, but I did the fillers one time in my mouth.
No, don't do that.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
You look really, really, really young for your age.
Well,
I swear to you, I'm not lying. No. If I didn't know better, I would say you were 39 or 40 or even younger.
Okay, your cataracts are growing back or something. Because I don't know.
No, I think you do. I think so too. You guys just says she on her IMDb. You guys can look it up. She performs ages 48 to 100.
I do. Right here. I'll play 100. Hey, those makeup people are phenomenal.
I'm almost 100, so I can advertise that with honesty. But no, you really look good.
So Ron's 80.
I try to stay on top of it, guys. And I have on a lot of makeup right now, and I have great lighting. Trust me, 2 hours ago, I did not look like this.
So the chat room wants to know, who's your favorite person you've ever worked with? Do you have a favorite?
My favorite person.
And if you don't want to name a favorite, you can say, who did you have the most fun with otherwise?
Well, who would you like to work with?
No, we're going to do that next.
You know, I mean, I'm going to have to go with Holly Hunter, because I've been a big fan of hers for a long time. And it was kind of a bucket list thing. And I had a female director. I think it was my first female director that I'd ever gotten to work with. So that was a very memorable moment for me. And she was probably the biggest A-lister that I had ever worked with. And just watching her work and her process was just, it was just a thrill for me.
Absolutely. I love
She's
it.
very tiny, right?
She's tiny, like teensy.
Yeah, I thought she, you know, a lot
Actually,
of them.
though, you're tiny too.
I'm
she don't.
small. She's tiny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No,
There's a difference.
lots of people on screen look so tall, and then when you see them in person, you see how small they are. But I know
but there's
that
nothing tiny about her insides and about her work.
No.
That.
But
Oh, that's so funny. Do you know who Stephen Lang is? He's like the bad guy in Avatar. He's been in everything, but he
muscle bound, handsome.
You would know him if you look him up.
Big
so
muscles.
We had they had called us from a film festival in Pennsylvania when we lived in Pennsylvania to come and interview the stars at the film festival, and so Stephen Lang was one of the stars appearing, and he's like super A-list. He's like super,
big,
he's like in every
tall,
if you like horror movies, he was in the horror movie where he was like a blind guy, right, and like they try to rob his house.
Right.
I forgot the name of it. But
it's
really good. Anyway, we met him in real life, and on TV, he looks like he's like a Marvel superhero. He's so big,
huge, gigantic.
Okay.
And then we went with him, and we met him in real life, and he's like 5'4"
or
5'5".
He's built. No, he's built like a Frenchman. You know, Frenchmen have narrow shoulders. He's absolutely built like a Frenchman. He's about 5'10".
No, he doesn't.
No, he
came up to my like shoulders.
No, I slow danced with him. He's not gay, by the way. He's straight. But we were in our interview. We wound up slow dancing together, and he came up to my nose.
No,
he did. He was not that little, Jimmy. Now he's going to look him up. Anyway, he happens to be one of the greatest guys in the world,
fabulous,
and the least homophobic person I've ever met in my life.
And they were dancing together.
He loves gay people because his wife does all the costumes for movies, so he's been around gay people forever.
So hold on, now we want to go back to you because we only have a couple minutes
and
left.
he's somebody you will enjoy working with
him. He's in all the avatars that are coming out. He just there's three more of them. They're shooting them simultaneously.
Well, I may or may not have been in a Marvel Universe production recently.
Oh, good.
You can't say, so don't.
Do you know?
I suspect you cannot tell.
Do you know Alexander Fulcito? He's a stuntman, Alexander Fulcito. Anyway, he's part of the crew.
She can't say
my
anything.
Production team, and he's in all the Marvel ones. He's in like all of them. So I thought maybe you would meet him while you were on set.
Don't go any further.
That's right. She can't talk.
So
when you're in it, we'll bring you back. When you're allowed to talk about it, then we'll have you come back.
It's coming out in June.
Oh, you're in Suicide Squad? That's awesome.
Nope.
Oh no, that's DC anyway. That's not Marvel.
She never said anything.
Okay, that's right, because the Suicide Squad is DC
go
anyway.
Away. Leave it alone, Jim.
All right, we're gonna leave it away. So here's my question for you: bucket list. Okay, here's my bucket list. If you could work with any male and female actor, who would be on your bucket list, male and female, that you would like to work with? And if you could have ever been in any movie ever made, what movie would you have liked to been in?
Okay, my bucket list actor would be Liam Neeson because I love Big Irishman.
Oh, I like him too.
Actress would be Helena Bonham Carter.
Oh
yes, fabulous.
Yes.
We love that. I'm so glad you didn't say Meryl Streep. Everybody always says Meryl Streep.
You picked two of the best.
Yes, you picked great ones.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
Well, she, you know, the characters that she portrays are just phenomenal, and she was Bellatrix in Harry Potter, and I could just watch her work over and over and over again, and the stuff.
I agree.
Alice in Wonderland. She was brilliant.
And she was in like Ocean's 8.
Crown. I mean, she's done so much. She's fearless. She's fearless.
And she's a character actress.
I also like Lynn Shay because Lynn Shay has inspired me to be more fearless and to you know, throw that vanity stuff and beauty stuff out the window and let's do some work. I mean, what she did in not Kingfisher, what was it with Woody Harrelson?
Swordfish.
No, something fish.
Something fish. She was on, actually, we had her on our show many years ago. She was on our show. Lynn Shay, who she's talking about. Right. She was on our show, and she's like an icon in the world of horror, you know, because she's in all those like horror movies. But this is the movie that she did with Woody Harrelson. It's not Kingfisher, because that was the one with Robin Williams where he played the homeless person. This was I can't believe I can't remember that movie. Anyway. Okay, so what movie? So the last question was, if you could have been in any movie that's ever been made, what movie would you have liked to been in?
Oh, Harry Potter.
Oh, I love that. I'm a fucking Harry Potter freak. I literally,
you know, I could play her sister, Malfoy's mother.
Yes, Malfoy's mother. Actually, you're too young to play Malfoy's mother. It's Malfoy's mother.
And Harry Potter was 90% CGI.
Harry Potter is one of my favorite series.
All of that stuff.
I like all of it.
Real? What do you mean?
The Wizards are real. The Wizards are real, but all the rest of the stuff's not.
No, but all those.
I've seen Harry Potter like the whole series. I've seen it like 60 times. Literally, like I watch all of them all the time.
But I'll tell you another one. You know, Jeff Daniels' character. What's his name? Frank Griffin in Godless. Have y'all ever seen that?
Oh, I never. That's a TV series, right?
From Harry Potter, Ron. It's like he is this evil, cruel guy, but you find out why. Because, you know, people become different type people because of what's happened to them. And his character in Godless is phenomenal. I'm like, I want to play the female version of Frank Griffin, played by Jeff Daniels in Godless. So there you go.
That's a TV series, right?
It was. Yeah, it's like a mini series kind of thing.
Okay, yeah, I don't think. Is that the one that had, is that the one where he's missing his arm?
Western. It's an old Western.
That's the one where he's missing his arm. His arm gets chopped off or whatever shot? With Michelle Dockery? Is Michelle Dockery in that?
Yes.
Oh, because Michelle Dockery is his like favorite actress.
I think she is
right.
She is one of the most understated, brilliant people in the world. I have seen her play Downtown Abbey, the princess, the queen bullshit artist, you know, snobby bitch.
Right.
And I saw her play a drug addict, kleptomaniac prostitute in that wonderful series. She goes anywhere, does it. She's a brilliant actress. And I don't know where the hell she went or what happened to her. I wish she'd work in our country. I want to see more of her.
Actually, she's in a TV series on Apple, but we don't get Apple. We don't have
really, and she really becomes the character. 100%. She doesn't fool me. I mean, she fools me 100%. That's what you have to do when you act. You know that. You have to be.
I love her work. She's always inspired me. But you know what? I don't think that's Godless. Godless was a Western, and it aired several years ago, starring Jeff Daniels as Frank Griffin.
Have you met Michelle?
I have not.
Oh,
that was the same time she did.
On the bucket list.
She did. Okay, so she was in a series on TNT called Good Behavior. It was on for 2 seasons, and it was so excellent.
Wonderful.
It wasn't even like, you should actually watch it. We'll watch Godless too, because he loves her.
It's hard to watch, guys. I'm just telling you, but I just find that his character and his performance of that character brilliant, and I just love it.
I love it
so many actors and actresses that are understated, and so many actresses and actresses that are so famous, and I don't know what for. I really found that about Hollywood to be gross. It's all about your PR and who you are and how beautiful you are, how big your boobs are. Talent doesn't seem to exist anymore. Years ago, an actor was respected for their talent. Today, it's how many seats can you sell?
Yes.
We'll put you in our movie if you sell
social
seats.
media numbers.
Where are you guys right now? Where are you?
Palm Springs,
California.
Okay.
You know, and Michelle and so many other actors that I can't even name the male and female actors that have been working for 20, 30 years, probably like yourself, who are great actors and actresses and are not getting what they need because they only concentrate on Meryl Streep and Al Pacino. because they sell tickets. And I hate, right now, I have a movie I've written. I want Lainey Kazan to play in it. We're working on it. And Jimmy keeps saying, we're not going to get the funding, the couple of million you need without a big name, Bullshit. Lainey Kazan is probably one of the most talented actresses in the world. She could play.
First of all, ask her if she knows who Lainey Kazan is.
Of course she knows who My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
I know, but I want
she was.
See if she
you don't know who Lainey Kazan
is?
Lainey Kazan has been singing forever. She's a wonderful jazz singer and actress. She's been in all My Big Fat Greek Weddings, and I understand a third one's coming. She's been in many movies. She plays a typical Brooklyn Jewish woman with all the overtones of being Jewish. She's a brilliant actress.
Hang on, Susan. Say hi to Scott.
Hi, Scott.
So Scott hosts Rock Titan TV, and he just joined us, and he hasn't been in our chat room in a long time, and he just Susan is pretty hot.
Yeah, but she's married.
She's married with kids.
Yeah, put it away. She's
wait till
married
you see her.
with
Wait till
kids.
but everybody needs to see her in because we've got another guest coming, so we got to move along. But we're gonna say everybody needs to watch Cobra Kai because literally it's like her performance as homeless as Lynn, which I don't know. I guess everybody calls her homeless Lynn, even though it's really just Lynn, right? Right. I guess because there's social media handles that say homeless Lynn, that just makes me think it's homeless Lynn. But it's really, you guys, it's a Golden Globe, Emmy, Academy Award, worthy performance. It's really, really good. Hopefully we're going to see her more in the new season that's coming out. I know she can't say, and hopefully we're going to see her in a superhero movie sometimes this summer that we can't say. And please follow her on social media. Her Twitter is Susan L. Gallagher. Her Instagram is I am Susan Gallagher. Gallagher is Gallagher. You can see what she's got going on in her social media.
On Facebook, the fans have started Cobra Kai's Homeless Lynn on Facebook.
Oh, I'm going to join it later today. So Cobra Kai's Homeless Lynn, you guys on Facebook. I really want to thank you for coming on the show. I wish you so much success in everything that you do.
Guys.
You know what?
I think she's fabulous.
She's going to do it. I could tell her personality.
Yeah, you tell him, Ron. We're going to do it.
No, it's true. You're going to do it
actually,
because you have the personality to do it.
I have a bunch of films that we're trying to put together that we're going to be shooting in Atlanta, and we're only flying in whoever the lead person is, and
the money bag,
and we're going to use local talent for all the rest. So once I actually get to the point,
I'm in Atlanta most of the time.
I will be contacting you. So if you need anything or you have anything to promote, let us know. And we want to thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks a lot so much. Thanks for inviting me.
Stay happy, stay healthy.
You too.